Welcome back to Teknobalta. Today we are diving deep into a technical analysis of lossless scaling issues within GTA 5. We at Teknobalta analyzed this specific case, where users report high mouse latency and visual artifacts while using frame generation. The user noted that older titles like Vice City work perfectly, but GTA 5 suffers from significant input lag. This is not a software bug, but rather a fundamental limitation of how frame interpolation works with your GPU. Let us begin our root cause analysis to understand why this happens on modern hardware. Frame generation creates fake frames between two real ones to increase the perceived smoothness of the image. For this process to be effective, the interval between real frames must be extremely short. If your native FPS is too low, the latency between real frames is too high for the algorithm to mask. We at Teknobalta recommend a minimum baseline of 60 FPS for an optimal frame generation experience. When your base performance is below 30 or 40 FPS, the input lag becomes exponentially more noticeable to the user. This explains why older games like Vice City work well. Your hardware can easily push high native frame rates in those titles. In GTA 5, the engine is more demanding, and your GPU is likely struggling to maintain a high enough base rate. Step 1 of our solution involves preparation and pre-checks of your system environment. Ensure that your Windows game mode is enabled to prioritize the game process over background tasks. Disable any external overlays such as Steam, Discord, or RivaTuner before starting the scaling process. Now, let us look at the GTA 5 internal settings to maximize our base FPS. You must set the game to Windowed Borderless mode. Lossless scaling cannot hook into a full-screen exclusive application. Turn off VSync within the game settings to prevent additional buffering lag that conflicts with the scaler. Lower your resolution scale or graphical settings until you achieve a stable 50 to 60 FPS natively. We at Teknobalta suggest lowering grass quality and post-FX, as these are heavy on the GPU. Once you have a stable base, open the Lossless Scaling application. Select the LS1 or FSR scaling type, depending on your preference for sharpness versus performance. Set the frame generation mode to LSFG version 2.1 for the best motion estimation. Crucially, enable the Allow Tearing option if you are using a G-Sync or FreeSync monitor to reduce latency. If the mouse lag persists, we must look at advanced optimization techniques. Open your NVIDIA control panel or AMD software and enable ultra-low latency mode or anti-lag. This reduces the frame queue, ensuring the GPU processes input as fast as possible before the scaler intervenes. Another alternative is to use a frame rate limiter like RivaTuner to cap the game at exactly half your monitor's refresh rate. This provides a consistent frame pacing, which helps the lossless scaling algorithm generate smoother intermediate frames. We at Teknobalta have found that inconsistent frame times are the primary cause of jitter in GTA 5. If your hardware simply cannot reach 60 FPS, consider using the 2x mode instead of 3x in the scaler. Higher multipliers require even higher base frame rates to remain playable without extreme input delay. Let's summarize the technical workflow we have established today. First, optimize GTA 5 settings to hit a high native FPS baseline. Second, use Windowed Borderless mode and disable in-game VSync. Third, apply LSFG through the Lossless Scaling app with low latency settings enabled in your driver. By following these professional steps, the perceived lag in GTA 5 will be significantly minimized. Remember, frame generation is a tool to enhance smoothness, not a magic fix for underpowered hardware. We at Teknobalta hope this deep dive helps you achieve the best performance in your gaming sessions. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more expert technical solutions and hardware troubleshooting. Stay optimized, and we will see you in the next technical breakdown.